Before I get to them bogus judges that robbed Dimitry Bivol in the main event tonight in Saudi Arabia, the future pound-for-pound king Curmel Moulton took over the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania today. That's right. Curmel Moulton was the king of Philly tonight. The man took on a fighter by the name of Hilario Martinez. Who is that? Never heard of him, but I must say, Curmel Moulton did Hilario hilarious.
Who's beating me?
I know it's gotta be tough living in Philly and loving boxing. The best fighter Philly got is Jerome Boots Ennis, and Jerome Boots Ennis walks around scared as hell. So when you see a talent like Curmel Moulton come to your city, you stop and appreciate greatness. It took less than one round for Curmel Moulton to get his Philadelphia, Pennsylvania opponent up out of there. Easy work for Curmel Moulton.
Your father can get it too.
Curmel took about 30 seconds to figure dude out. Then he hit him with a liver shot and a headshot. Down goes the Philly clown. Another victory for Curmel Moulton. Like I said, he did Mr. Hilario very hilarious. Philly's not cut like that.
Bitch ass nigga.
But as far as the undisputed title fight earlier, the judges had their scorecards filled out before they got to the arena. Arthur Beterbiev was going to win the fight regardless of what happened. Dimitry Bivol could have knocked down Arthur Beterbiev 5 times, and Arthur Beterbiev still could have won the fight. Let's not forget, they was fighting in Saudi Arabia.
Guarantee you, wallahi, I'm gonna shoot you in your shit.
Dimitry Bivol dominated Arthur Beterbiev. The man knew how to use his footwork. He knew how to utilize the ring. He knew when to turn it up. He knew when to switch up his speeds. He knew how to cut the angles. He was outboxing Arthur Beterbiev every single round. Arthur Beterbiev was marching forward. And y'all know what I say. If you are a judge in boxing, more than likely you never boxed a day in your life. Just because a man is walking forward does not mean he is scoring while he is walking forward. But then again, a lot of these guys don't know a thing about boxing.
Cocaine isn't cheap.
I think that Dimitry Bivol got robbed in their scorecards because they was fighting in Saudi Arabia. Let's just say this fight was in Las Vegas. I think that the judges would have got it right. But you know, politics and boxing just don't mix. Dimitry Bivol was bound to lose tonight because they was fighting in Saudi Arabia. But y'all want to know what's crazy? Turki Al-Ashiki, the king of all deceivers, aka T. Diddy, aka Freaky Al-Ashiki, had the nerve to do an interview, and the man said, "This was one of the great fights of the last 20 years, but I don't think the result was fair in my opinion. The two fighters are like my brothers, but I think Bivol won 2 rounds more. I will focus and I will try to do the rematch if they accept it."
I did get death threats.
There is only one fighter in the sport of boxing who thinks that Arthur Beterbiev won the fight. You already know who that fighter is. The biggest pillow fist in the history of boxing. I'm talking about Devin Haney. Devin Haney had the audacity to tweet out, "Close fights are not robberies."
Motherfucker, son of a bitch.
The softest fighter in the sport, Shakur Stevenson, said that Dimitry Bivol won the fight. Mr. Tony Harrison said, "I won my bet, although I thought Bivol won the fight." Showtime Sean Porter said, "Call me crazy, but he think Bivol won the fight." Shakur Stevenson said that boxing is so terrible. Ryan Garcia said that it was a robbery. Edgar Berlanga said it was a robbery. Andre Berto said it was a robbery. Everybody and their mama know who really won this fight. Dimitry Bivol dominated the fight. I don't care what nobody say.
It's a bunch of bullshit, but
You wanna know what's crazy? Before the 11th and 12th round, Arthur Beterbiev's corner was telling the man, "You need a knockout in order to win the fight." Now, why would you be telling your man he needs to knock the guy out? Because you know damn well you was down on their scorecards. Steven Espinoza tweeted out, "If Arthur Beterbiev's corner thought he was on his way to a 116-112 decision, they wouldn't have told him after the 10th round that he needed to get a knockout."
let's not be crazy.
Sergio Mora, the Latin snake from the zone, said, "Wow, Beterbiev majority decision. I thought Bivol deserved a nod in a similar decision."
And you should be ashamed of yourself.
Andre Ward tweeted out that Bivol won the fight. 116-112 is crazy. Dimitry Bivol won 10 out of 12 rounds. Arthur Beterbiev got 2 rounds in, but that is it. Bivol dominated this fight, and it's very sad because they fought in Saudi Arabia that Arthur Beterbiev stole the victory from Dimitry Bivol.
Fuck you.
And I see a gang of y'all on Twitter, the place where nobody knows a thing about boxing. If you got a Twitter page talking about boxing, more than likely, you never threw a punch. I see a gang of y'all talking about, "Look at Dimitry Bivol's face. He clearly lost the fight." Is y'all dumb or is y'all slow? Just because Dimitry Bivol got a black eye does not mean that he didn't outpoint Arthur Beterbiev.
You don't know shit about boxing.
Remember Gervonta Tank Davis versus Frank Martin? If you look at both fighters' faces after the fight, you would think that Gervonta Davis lost the fight. Gervonta Davis had marks on his face. Frank Martin didn't have a damn thing on his face. But who won that fight? Like I said, every single clown page on Twitter don't know what they talking about. Twitter doesn't know a thing about boxing.
Why?
Hey yo, Southpaw TV, don't you got anything positive to say about Arthur Beterbiev? I must say that the power is real with Arthur Beterbiev. I did not see Dimitry Bivol just walking in, throwing 10-punch combinations like he do everybody else. Dimitry Bivol was worried about that counter-punch from Arthur Beterbiev. And judging how Dimitry Bivol was acting to Arthur Beterbiev punches, I must say, the hype is real about Arthur Beterbiev power. I'm questioning if that power is all natural, if you know what I'm saying.
Steroids.
But at the end of the day, do I want to see a rematch? Absolutely. I'm just hoping and praying that the rematch is not in Saudi Arabia. Like I said, boxing only counts in the United States of America. Dimitry Bivol was robbed tonight, in my opinion. I don't care what nobody say.